Yeah, hey. Bitter Lake was made, I guess, in 2014 or finished in 2014 by the great documentarian Adam Curtis. And I've reviewed several others of his works. My most popular video, or one of my most popular videos, at least one that I appear in, is my video that I made about the Century of the Self, which I believe it has over 3,000 views. And I really praised that work, and I thought that that was a tremendous work. Bitter Lake was a failure. I don't say that lightly. Mr. Curtis and the great Sam Peckinpah share something in common. When they fail, they still are magnificent, and they are significant. Because they said, that's something that I heard said about Sam Peckinpah, and I think the same about Mr. Curtis. He's a great artist. But his film, Bitter Lake, where the other films that he has made, the cutting is very sharp, the scenes are moving in, there's a feeling that you're going through space and you're going through time and you're going to different places and you're connecting things that don't connect and you're going here and you're going there. Bitter Lake wasn't shot that way. Bitter Lake, it had long, stretched out scenes, and it was all pretty much centered around the Middle East and pretty much dealt with Middle Eastern subjects, specifically the Afghanistan situation. And he really did not come to a conclusion. I mean, we know the bad guys. We know Wahhabism's bad. We know there's some terrible terrorists that cut people's heads off. And we heard about this one and we heard about that one. But I didn't really hear him get any conclusions. I'm just going to say a couple of things. I don't think that the guy can come out and say the truth. I think there's a lot of things that were left out. He didn't deal enough with what Western forces did. He only mentioned some of the things we did. He did admit that Americans tortured people. He admitted that the British had killed people and there had been mistakes made. But there was a lot more said about how the Russians abused people in Afghanistan. And towards the end of the film, it started going in there that when the Russians were there, that they were trying to teach school to the Afghan people. They were trying to build hospitals. But American money forced them out. So, I don't know. I don't think the world's that confused. I will say in my conclusion that I think capitalism has failed, and I think capitalism failed Afghanistan. I think they had a feudal society, or they had a primitive society there that treats women like crap, and the Russians were going to try to do something about it. Prior to that, when there was a culture before that, there were people who were trying to have a socialized society where they were trying to take the oil and that was there and create a life for people, and American corporations came in there and overthrew them. And this is what we had left. So maybe my conclusion from watching it is maybe Stalin had a point. Because if you see that movie, one person that you really can blame are the warlords and the people who were there who were corrupt and hurting progress. Well, Stalin wouldn't have had any problem with them. He'd have just killed all of them. He'd have just killed everybody who got in the way. And the people there would have got educated, they'd have got hospitals, and they would have done well. I mean, he alluded to the collapse of communism, but I guess all those systems are going to collapse because there's not that many Stalins. There's not that many Roosevelts. There's not that many leaders in the world. And we're leaderless and we're rudderless. So maybe it was a success. I just can't deal with it because the truth hurts too much. Maybe that's it. But anyway, I think it's definitely worth your time. It's definitely worth your 2 hours and 20 minutes to watch it. And it was a great work. And thanks a lot, Mr. Curtis. Please don't take offense.